live in Qatar. Welcome back to another week of PSGL PlayStation F5. Tonight is just me, Randall, tonight. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, depends on your opinion, but unfortunately, only one in the commentaries box. But we got 17 drivers ready to go around the Lusail International Circuit tonight. Actually, make sure I'm on the right car for the first run. No, it's the typical Andreu who likes to be first in qualifying. Keep up his reputation of being the first out qualifying. We'll go on board with him. First, as he's given a very cautious for the final corner. Drifting almost through the final corner as Andreu will get us underway. Long run until the line here in Lusail, where he'll get us going about now. He's now looking up to the turn 1 braking zone. It's a nice bit on the curve, unsettled the car, made him go a bit wide. Braking was good, but the curve unsettled him. 2 and 3 again. He's very aggressive on the curve, take as much curve as he can. Right now through turn 3, a lot of commitment there for the curve, carrying as much curve as he can. Through turn 4 now. Oh jeez, he's taking a lot of curve here. Through 4 and 5, risking the track limits here, but he's navigating well. Down to turn 6, 26.6 through the first sector. Turn 6, very difficult traction zone, but is navigated well. Up now to this really awkward long right-hander, turn 7, before you come to this fast flow in 8, 9, 10. Take as much curve as you want, which he does. Then a bit of a braking zone here on 10, where you come now to the best part of the track, the triple right-handers of 11, 12, and 12, 13, 14, actually, apologies. Taking it fully flat out, might be a small down gear, but no, keeps it up. And now to the final turn 14, downshifts, takes a bit of throttle as he realizes he can't commit it, gets a bit of slipstream from that stationary Ferrari. Not sure if that gained him any time there, but each to their own. DRS now, long run to the line, just waiting to hit that line. You've done all you can for the lap, coming to the line at 20.6 gets us underway. Lifebow will go on board. He's just about to finish sector 2 here. Rakes goes quicker with a 20.4. Lifebow, Pokerao 20.8. So everyone consistently going each other from the first couple runners. Lifebow now, he can challenge there. Make sure he's well within track limits there. Anyway, one more turn to navigate for the Williams driver. Lot commitment there, very lucky to keep that lap. A big snap there, but he didn't look to be off track limits, but the game has said he's fine, but that's going to cost him some time. At 20.1, definitely due to that final turn, that snap off the final turn. A few invalidations, I'm assuming. It's not a lot of lap times being put in. Provatox, but again, very risky. Really stepped out. His teammate Brandox is a 20.5. Profitox to the line, 20.6. That final corner may have cost him there. Billow we're on board with now, the AlphaTauri driver. His own puts a 20.6 on the board. Billow only 21 flat. Smolly Balls coming to the line, 20.7. Very consistent lap times, but you can definitely see his Foley's invalidated. Cherno will go on board with, the Mercedes driver. Yellow flag out in sector 3, 57.1. So a bit of time to gain for the Mercedes for these last corners. I think he has backed out actually. Aiden has invalidated. Damon's on an out lap. Astra will go on board with 1 to 2 Irishmen here. I will not be biased towards either of them, do not worry. But I wouldn't be dissatisfied for an Irish one too. Oh, he's invalidated, almost sends it. Almost loses it completely. Lucky that there's a lot of runoff here in Qatar, otherwise that car would have been done for. Massive snaps. Soapbox now, coming out through the triple right-handers. A lot of commitment here from. We did see a second sector split, so don't know what he's on pace for. Cautious through the penultimate corner, did a bit of a lift, a few downshifts also. Very smooth for the final corner, very much on the limit. Did it that as well as he can. DRS now open on the Alfa Romeo to the line. This could be a strong lap. Oh, 20.7. 3 times off pole, but only P8. Damien now, last week's runner-up on the podium with a astounding final lap move. I think he's actually backed out of this lap potentially. He has a 26.5. I just noticed his rear lights were flashing for some reason. Damien has a point to prove. He was a championship contender here in F5 last season. Highest returning driver to the grid. He's definitely the one to watch for this championship. Brandbox and Profitox definitely in the mix also. Their strong results. Riggs also had a very strong result his own way. That's only round 1 of 11. Still 10 to go before we can decide a champion here in F5 season 35. But David looks to be on a really smooth lap here. He was a really strong qualifier last season. Had a mixed up season. Started off strong, then had a few races where it just went away from him and just fell out contention for the championship. DRS Open, this could be a really strong competitive lap for Damien. It is a 20.3 up to provisional pole position. We're now in a bit of a low period, I think now. Billow is on a lap, but he's slightly down. I think he's actually on an in lap, to be honest. Sandro, he likes to be the first man. He's going to be the first one to do a second lap. Strong opening lap anyway. 20.6 up in P5. Gonna need about 2.5 attempts to take pole position off Damien at this stage. He's gonna have a bit of traffic to navigate as a lot of people coming out of the pits. That's the issue of being a bit off kilter with your quality strategy. You are gonna find yourself running into traffic, and even if they get out of your way, it's just a bit of an unsightly. Ooh, very close with track limits there, but it will unsight him as he catches up to this Ferrari in an awkward spot. And Qatar is, okay, the Ferrari does actually really well to get out of this way. Well done by Riggs there. Definitely didn't cost there, but Qatar is just one of those tracks where it's awkward when you run into a car in quality, just due to the tight nature of the track. But I said 2.5 tenths is what Andrea needed. He's got that already through the first sector. Can he keep up that momentum through the other two sectors as he's navigating now? He's going to run into Williams in a very awkward spot here, actually. Yes, there was not much that Williams could do, but there was probably more as Andrea gets himself unsettled on the curve there. It's going to hurt him a bit for the rest of his lap. As we see, he's lost a slight bit of time. Still running to take provisional pole off Damien. A bit twitchy there through the right hand there. He's going to run into a lot of traffic here. That Asmar has to jump out of the way almost. Just very, very awkward traffic here for Andrea. Cost him a bit of time. There is time in this lap for the Red Bull driver, but we'll see him finish this lap anyway. Is he going to take provisional pole off Damien? He doesn't. Lost a lot of time in that final sector, actually. Profitox will go on board with the top driver for last week. He's on a lap. He's going to run immediately into Andrea. Got a bit of slipstream though, so that might give him a bit of time. But again, like with Andrea, he's got traffic to navigate here. See how well the drivers get out of the way. As Andrea's not getting out of the way yet, but not from getting out of the way before. And I think Andrea's probably been annoyed with some of the cars he ran on his lap. Slightly down his Profitox and looked like he was gonna step out there. Looks like he'll have a clean lap now as he gets past the AlphaTauri of Billow. 8, 9, 10 coming up for him now. Very cautious through 10 there. One's a bit wide also. He's backed out, yeah, a couple more turns there, so he had to back out. Riggs currently in P2. Looks to have a strong first sector. He's got McLaren that's got well out of his way there. This tight and twisty section. As he navigates it well. Right up now to the triple right-handers. 11, 12 and 13. He only needs to get a bit of time. He's got 2.5 tenths to his name right now, so he's looking to take provisional pole position off Damien. No one's looking to have a strong second lap at the moment. So one more cut to navigate. Very, very twitchy there. The wrist wanted to go into the front there, but he's navigated well for the final corner. A bit of time would be lost there for the penultimate corner. Deploy is gone, so he's going to lose a bit of time there, but he does take that provisional pole position. Overall, he's strong through the second sector. Bit of time gained, but that could shoot him off the table if he stays with it on this final sector. So a lot of time can be gained, especially for this final corner. DRS now open on the Mercedes, coming to the line. Whoever Corral put himself, he goes up to P6. Riggs. Traditional pole. Sure, no, we're on board. He's going to put his first lap on the board right now, looks like. Because he has a very bad final corner. But really nice there, very smooth. DRS open on the Mercedes to the line. And up to P3, that is a statement with your first lap. Damien, we'll go on board with Damien, the man who had provisional pole on the first runs. Looking to regain, it's been taken by Riggs. Riggs the only man to top that 20.3. 10.5. Damien needs to regain that pole position. How much does he still have in that Alpine? We'll have enough time for one more run anyway. See his first sector split. Half a tenth. He needs to get that same gain for the final two sectors to take back pole position. Where can he find the time? Is there time left in Damien? So he's very committed there for 7-8. Through 9 up to 10. He's taking very wide lines here. They are risks because you take a long curve and you can just understeer the car off the track. Again, he's getting another half time for the second sector. Keep up this pace and he will have pole position back to his name. He's very committed here. That curve very close to track limits there, but he's not getting well. One more corner left for the Alpine. It's gone off! It's gone wrong! Boy, meanwhile Brandog's up to P2, but it's gone wrong for Damien. Look to have it, but he's made a mistake for the final corner, and that is going to hurt him as we're now into a low period, I believe. Yeah, Brandog's picked Damien, so it's double trouble for Damien. He's no longer P2, but he's gone the opposite way he wanted. He should have time to make it back to the pits and have one more run anyway. So in the slow period. Santero, I think, is on his final run already. Well, off kilter as he always is. He's going to have a pretty clean run. Just Damien and Brandon might get in his way. See what his first expert is. Half a tenth. Santero, he needs... Oh, I was going to say he needs 2 tenths. He's going to need more now. Very out of shape there through 6. He's going to lose that half a tenth. At least he gained for the first sector there. You see sector split. See where he can put himself. Of course, a tenth gain will put himself to P3. It's that tight as things stand. As yeah, he has lost time through the second sector. All that is probably through turn 6, but he's got one more sector to go. Trying to put himself up higher on this grid. Very committed through the penultimate corner. He's backed out. He's backed out. He will have time, but does he have the set tires to do it? But now everyone is in the pits. Very committed there, almost into the back of Brandox. Yeah, now we're just waiting for everyone to come out. As I say that, both Mercs popped themselves out. A few cars coming out to start their final runs here. Aiden will be the first to go. Very tight grid at the moment. P1 to P15 is P1 to P16 actually is separated by just about 8 tenths. Very tight grid. Foley yet to put a lap in himself, so precious on him to avoid starting at the back. Okay, see everyone's slowly funneling out of the pit lane. Be a bit of traffic to navigate, of course. You need to manage your gap also. This could be getting awkward, especially for Aiden. He is well in the front, so he might get caught out here. I think he's nosy, he's slowing down a bit, but the problem is everyone else is going slower. He's trying to make sure he has enough of a gap at the front, waiting for everyone just to clear the pit lane, but there's going to be some movement amongst the grid as people try to take their position for the final lap. And going really slow here. Fortunately, we do not have that earliest time of arrival like they brought in real life. Otherwise, there would be a few great penalties to be handed out. And hopefully we don't get anyone getting grid penalties here, because that can happen with people going slow and then we have to do a restart, which is always nice to see. But Aiden will get us underway for the final runs. Hopefully he doesn't get any traffic as he's underway now. P15 Asping stands 7.5 times off pole. What can Aiden do? Even the slightest game will see him shoot up the grid. But he'll have to sit and wait. That's the problem, be the first man. You have to wait and see what happens. He's navigated the first few corners nicely in that Aston Martin. It's going to be tight with traffic at the end of the lap. We'll see he's a 10.5 up at the moment. He's going to need a bit more time to challenge the top 10. We'll need another 10.5 through the final 2 sectors to take that. But it's a lot of places where you can gain the lap time, but at the same time, where you can gain the lap time is where you can lose the lap time. He's navigating this S section very nicely. As he's about to end sector 2. We'll see his sector split here. He might be nice with traffic as the last few are starting their laps now. He's got 3 attempts to his name. This could shoot him up well up the board. He's looking to get into the top 10, maybe even higher. That's just how close his grid is. He'll be fine with traffic as the last car will be starting very soon. Coming out, one more corner for Aiden to navigate, and then we'll see. Then that'll be it for him. To the line in the Aston Martin. Aiden will go only to P12. Lost a bit of time in that final sector. Soapbox, not half a tenth, 2 tenths, but that a bit more could see him get ahead of Damien. Soapbox, the first of the front runners to the line. Will get Damien up to P3. Own to the line. Where is he going to shoot himself up to? Stays a P19. No improvement there. As off goes Poker Rao. That's ended it for him. P8 at best. Mio's teammates invalidated. Andrero slightly up. See now, Brandock's slightly up. Riggs is down. Damien as well up. Damien is looking to take back pole position. Of course, he still has to navigate the final turn, which costs him, and he's invalidated. As Lifebelt goes P2, it's all gone wrong. Riggs coming to the line. Can he improve? He can slightly. Is that enough to keep Brandox at bay? No, yes, he's invalidated. That might be it. Andrero is going to be the last one. Only a small bit of time gained. I think Riggs has this. Andrero, a small gain will shoot him up massively. Small ball shoots himself up. Andrero up to P4. Massive gain. Brandox has invalidated. That is that. For qualifying, Riggs takes it. So Riggs will take pole position in Qatar, a comfortable margin in the end, but that was mainly due to some invalidations behind. But credit to Riggs, he got the lap in, so he'll take pole. Lifebout in P2, Brandox P3, Andrero with a strong qualifying in P4, Soapbox P5. Damien's going to be massively disappointed with that P6. He looks set for pole on his 2 last, and it just didn't come. Profitox P7, Smalley Balls P8, Cherno P9, Daniel P10. Pokerau got caught out for that last lap, down to P11. Own 12th, Billow 13th, Aiden 14th, Foley 15th, Astro 16th, and Miguel will run down the grid. But very tight qualifying, 6 tenths separated the top 16. Miguel a bit off the pace there, probably just a back qualifying on his end. But yeah, also like 4.5 tenths separate second to 16th, so very, very tight grid we have here. What can come? We have 28 laps I believe here. Figure out shortly, but everyone getting their strategies set up. We got the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're away in the cell. As Lifebout has a good start. Is he going to challenge for the lead? A few people going too wide. Lifebout, is he going to send one into turn 1? No, Rick sees mission. Damien, massive send. He's looking for P3 already. All clean at the start. On board with Damien. He's looking to get ahead of Brandox here. But massive send for him. Soapbox looking to get ahead of Andrell, but fails to do that. But massive send. It took the risk. And it paid off. He's getting 2 positions off the line. All clean at the start. So I need to get the tyres up actually. It's only 2 on the mediums. Owen and Bill. Everyone else is on hards. But Riggs survives the start here in the sale. So I think Billow's trying on Providox potentially. He needs to get use of those medium tires. 1 or 2 on the mediums. Only other one slightly ahead. Bill might be looking for a move on Smalley balls shortly here. No one who needs to get use out of those medium compound tires while he has that tire advantage. No movements yet. That's actually Soapbox on Andrea. Andrea had a poor final corner. But meanwhile, the front Riggs has opened up a 7/10 gap on Lifebout. Brandox slightly behind. Damien's going to be looking to take that podium spot quickly here. Is this going to be a send here for Damien? Thinks better of it. But he is definitely the quicker car here on these short stages. Doesn't use much ERS. Own up P7 and Providox and Billow fighting over P9. Providox maintaining the position despite being on slow tires, but Bill's going to try and hang around the outside of turn 4, but Providox keeps him stuck in. Bill goes slightly off the track there. Will there be any words about that? Let's go into turn 6, very tight corner. Bill gets that position on Providox, but with Providox be saying he went off the track at turn 4, that led him gain the position. We'll see if anything is said. Sandrero is racing Damien. Damien's probably made a mistake there while trying to get ahead of Brandox. He's now forced to defend his P4 instead of attack the P3. And now laps actually to confirm. DRS will be enabled next lap. Only 1 DRS detection in zone, so we won't see it till the end of lap 3 onto lap 4. But Riggs has almost got that 1 second advantage on Lifebout. He has it now. If he can maintain that this time next lap, he will be in a good position to win this race. Lifebout burning that ERS. Riggs has burned a lot actually to get it as own ahead of Soapbox up to P6. A strong start for the Irishman. Is Soapbox going to think of sending one back? No, he doesn't. Brandox struggling to maintain in the DRS of Lifebout. Also, this is going to be the key though. Who's going to create the gap that shapes the field up, as Daniel and Cherno having a battle here for P12. Astro sitting just behind, seeing if he can reap any rewards here. Nothing to be gained there as Daniel gets that P12 off Cherno. Yes, at the front, Riggs has a 10th advantage on that DRS. Lifebout dropping a bit as Brandox gained on him slightly. Lifebout may have made a small mistake off turn 6 trying to make sure he's in the DRS, and that may prove costly as Brandox has a lot of ERS saved to his name. Burning slightly just to get closer. He's seen that gap form. He's seen there's a chance for P2 very shortly coming. Will he take it though? Damien also very racy. He will happily go for it. We saw it last week in Japan. He was very up for the race. Yeah, as DRS detections passed already and Lifebout is well out of DRS range. Riggs has burned everything though. That may come back to haunt him. But we have DRS on board the Haas but not the Williams. But I think Brandox is a bit too far back to go for a move here. Yeah, no moves. Here comes Billow on Smalley balls. AlphaTauri on Red Bull. Almost locking wheels there. Well, I think Billow will have it just due to the tyres, and he does, up to P8 in the AlphaTauri. Brandox getting really close to Lifebout here. So just continues to maintain that 1.5 second gap on life belt, but will Riggs be the quicker car? Riggs having, will Brandon be a quicker car? I mean, as Riggs, he's struggling with some ERS. Has not been great. While Brandon has a lot to his name, as is Damien and Andrero. Own really good management on his ERS. The Bone looks to be the top, has the top ERS out of the top 6. Whereas off strategy to the rest of the field. See how that plays out. As, again, Lifebelt will not have the DRS, so he will be vulnerable to Brandnox, who is much closer than he was last lap. There could be a move on here for P2. So going now for the final corner. DRS is enabled as Brandnox immediately closes it, interestingly. That is very interesting for Brandnox. He's decided not to go for the move, with Damien very close behind, almost into the back of Brandnox. I'm actually really curious why Brandnox has not gone for the move there. Because it's not like it's for P1 and you're playing the patient game. Like, Riggs is pulling a gap. You do not want to let the P1 man pull a gap here. Otherwise, that is an easy win given to Riggs. So I'm very curious about Brandnox's strategy here. Damien, of course, definitely noticed Brandnox didn't have his rear wing open. So that probably made him a bit more racy, as he's well up the rear of that Haas. He could be signing a move for not even just P3, maybe even P2. Triple handles. Rage just gaining about a 10th each lap. It's not much, but it's enough for him just to not have to worry about behind him. On to lap 6 now. Will Brandnox go for the move here? If he doesn't, Damien will gladly go for it, as will Andrero. He's opened the DRS this time. Will there be a move now for P2 by the Haas driver? He's content with staying behind. Damien isn't, though. He's going to send one. He's like, if you don't want the P2, I'll have it. I'll take your P3 even. They're going to go fight now, and Damien gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles to go wheel to wheel through turn 2. Damien gets that move, but at what cost? A 3-second time penalty in this tight of a grid will destroy his chances. We saw with Lifebelt contending for P2 last week, but dropped down to P8 due to a time penalty. Of course, Qatar is one of those tracks where time penalties are plenty. But being the first one, that is just going to hurt you for the rest of the race. Whereas you're hoping that your competitors also make the same mistakes you did. As Riggs opening up a bit more of a gap now. And Damien, I think Damien will happily take the P2, unlike Brandnox. Looking much racier here. Damien, who got unlucky in qualifying 2 potential pole laps, did not go his way, lost in the final corner in his second run, and went wide off the triple right-handers in his final run when he looked set for pole on both laps. He's looking set for P2 now. Unlike Brandnox, Damien will pull out of Lifebelt's DRS and will pull ahead of the Williams and into P2. Now Damien's job is to gain those 8 temps on Riggs in this next lap. Otherwise, he will be vulnerable to an overtake. He's probably going to burn some ERS as he's chipping away slightly, but he's not pulling away from Lifebelt. It's not going to be nice, as he will expect Lifebelt to go for the move again if Damien doesn't have DRS, which will only benefit Riggs more at this fighting. We're finding out the back. Foley looking at Astro. I think Miguel was involved in that also. I think it's just kind of happening at the front. But Miguel, after starting last, made up a couple of positions, so nice for him. But Damien's not gaining anything on Riggs, only a 10th. And with only half a second between him and Lifebelt, you could be expecting Damien to quickly lose that P2 again. Let's go for the final corner. There's DRS on the Williams for the first time this race. And how will Lifebout use it? He's gaining. He's going to pull out of the DRS, go down the inside and retake that P2. And Riggs is looking in his mirrors with a smile on his face, seeing this fighting happening. It's not major fighting, it's just moves on the straight, but it still will cost a bit. And it will only be a time before the move is having to go into turn 1. And that will be a delight to the Ferrari. See, he's almost at a 2-second gap. He's not really had to do much since the opening stage, just maintained the lead, got that 1 second gap, and he's just been doing his own race here. Lifebout again, he's not gaining. He's dropped Damien a bit though. Damien's dropping more into Brandox and Lifebout's dropping into Damien. Damien may have just used all his pace early doors, and it's coming back now. Cherno's looking to create another field spread as he's very much struggling with gaining in DRS of his teammate. A couple drivers are. Daniel becomes the second victim of track limits. Yellow flag in the background. That is Daniel actually spinning while getting a penalty. Just not what you want to see. No, what we want to see is some fighting at the front. But Damien, I think, is a bit too far back. Closed DRS temporarily there actually. Not sure if that was a mistake or delivery. Quickly turned it back on again. The slow moving Astro has had some sort of issue. He's just let about 4 cars go by for some reason. Interesting things happening at the back. Playfuck getting a slight bit of time on Riggs, but he's had to use some ERS to do that. Yeah, something's happened at the back because there's a massive gap between Foley and Cherno. So, oh, as Damien almost spins it, and that would have dropped him back with the back pair. And Docs probably got a bit scared there, seeing Damien about to go for a spin, close to having to do avoid action. Lifebout's getting a small bit on Riggs, but it's not enough to get in the DRS. About 4/10 in this lap alone, but he needs another 5 to get in DRS. No matter with DRS is the Alpine of Damien. Half a second behind, bit wide off the final corner. That might cost him. He's dropped to 6 temps. That will ruin his chance of a move. Brandock, can he try a move potentially? No, he's not burning the ERS. So he's just going to sit behind. He has to be free due to penalties right now. Anyway, third distance anyway. They're watching out for Owen and Billo. They'll be pitting well before the rest, so they could get a massive undercut here. I think when they pit, that will start streaming some reactions from the rest of the grid. Looks looking more racy now than he did early on. Was content with P3, and that came to bite him as Damien decided to set one on him. Of course, Damien got a penalty during that squabble. So Brandox will maintain that P3, but surely he'd prefer a P2, which adds more to the question of why he was not going for that move on Lifebout in the early stages. But just slightly gaining on Riggs. Riggs, I think, just going a bit more managed. Of course, there could be fuel management. This is a fuel costing track on with a 3-second penalty. And he's almost dropped out DRS of Andrero. So looks like he's just going to maintain that 1 second gap. Miguel, 3-second time penalty at the back. Another 10th gain by Riggs up to 1.3. Damon's gaining. Is he going to go for a send into turn 1? He is. Sends it into turn 1 and does it well. Would Lifebout have anything to clap back with? But he doesn't. That makes Riggs very happy. Gains about 2 tests in that ordeal. Damien back up to P2. Can he do better with clean air as he was doing compared to the last time? He quickly seemed to lose pace as soon as he got ahead of Lifebelt the last time. It's looking slightly the same again. He's lost about 10th to Riggs there. He's lost more time. Damien is struggling. Well, relatively clean air for this tier anyway. Yeah, he's very much struggling. Here, very awkward line for turn 10. Had to rear snap out a bit. Very interesting. He's dropping down gears through triple right-hander, which is interesting to see. You can see the car hitting the rev limit. Wanting you to go up the gear, just doesn't. His legs lost a bit of time to Riggs there. Owen is in the pits. He's looking for an undercut here. It could be a massive undercut. And we could be seeing reactions. Cherno's in the pits also. Very interesting for him on the hards. But Lifebelt is into P2 again. Unless Damien sends one, but he doesn't. I think Damien, I don't know. Damien's, it's interesting. What's Damien's spot's going to be? He surely has to know that his pace is not good when he's ahead. But that 3-second time play is just going to hurt him. That's now a decent gap in the front right due to him pitting Soapbox 2 seconds behind Andrero. This is racing actually at the back temporarily. I think Daniel tried Miguel there for the back position on true paces on a Cherno at the back, but they have pitted. So Cherno's going to try and get nearly 2/3 of the race on mediums, which is an interesting call. He will get an undercut. Well, he is going to hurt. And he's back 3-second penalty. He's just going to hurt him even more. This could be a case of if you keep yourself clean, respect the track limits, you can see yourself getting a decent result here. Any reactions for Owens pitting? Nothing with the front 5. Anyway, Soulbox is pitting. He would be seen duck on the straight. So Bill is carrying on. Pokerel in after his teammates. So Mercedes having the same strategy essentially. But now Damon, is he going to try one again? Again, we'll take the lead. Not the lead, P2. This race, Riggs has led this entire race. Damon for the 3rd time up into P2 now. Can he make use of it? And can he gain on Riggs and challenge for the lead on track? So see where Owen comes out. Owen looks to have a big gap. They were focused on more when the front guys pit. See where he gets into, because he was P6 when he pitted. So we'll see what happens there. Will there be more pitting at the end of this lap between the front 5? A lot of gaps forming now. Actually, as again, Damien being in P2, just lets Riggs gain some time. Damien's not been doing good in this position. Audi. As Riggs pits, Damien follows him. Lifebelt will take the lead of the race. Audi. Are you happy? Riggs pits, Lifebelt leads, Brandox P2, Andrero P3. Where's Owen going to come out actually? This is what we have to focus on. Has Owen got an undercut here? Coming out through the final corner. Riggs and Damien coming down the pit lane. So they come. Owen's going to be really close to Damien here. And Damien's going to have cold tires. Can Owen try something here? He is. He's going to go down the inside. It's V8 and Aldi. But here comes Owen. R8. Yeah, Aldi R8. Yeah, Owen's got it now stuck behind Damien essentially. He couldn't get ahead of Damien. We'll see in the front. Is anyone pitting? Andrea will. Brandok's lifebelt will stay out fully. I think that's his second time penalty. So hits his mark. Damien with another 3-second time penalty. That's 6 seconds. That's going to hurt him massively. Three seconds was about enough. Here's some 6-second time penalty, and it could get worse. His own could be lining up a move here. Got Andrero coming out of the pits here. Miguel gets a 2-second time penalty. Owen gets ahead of Andrero with the undercut, but he's still stuck behind Damien. He's not burned any ERS though. Miguel retires in the pits, the first retirement of this evening in the pits. So lifebelt leads from Brandox. They are going long here. So this is when they're going to get the punishment now. They're going to drop a decent bit here. If they're not careful, they could get themselves well into traffic. Just how close the field is just due to the undercutting. This happens a lot of if it's close together. The Pokerel and Soapbox who have brought themselves into the mix with Andrero, which was who these guys were driving. Lifebelt's in, Andrero is in. Is Astro going to come in? Or will he take the lead? Foley also in position. It's coming out. So Astro's going to take the lead of the race. Foley's going to be in P2. Two guys who are right at the back as Astro almost loses it off the final corner. Cherno for 3-second time penalty. Because out there very close. Lifebelt takes the position. Riggs will come well ahead of them, but this is Caruso. Riggs takes the fast lap. Damien follows suit. Where is Lifebelt going to come out? Is he going to get ahead of Andrero? He's not. Soapbox going to get ahead of him. He doesn't. Brandox now finding Pokerel. He needs to maintain the position. Pokerel's going to send one to the inside, having the newer tires, the warmer tires, and gets that position. That's going to hurt Brandox's race massively unless he sends one into turn 4, but it's too risky to do that, and he doesn't. Thinks better of it. Lifebelt and Brandox now need to cut through the field. Astro, 3-second time penalty. The man who's leading the race, one of two who have yet to pit though, but he could say he led the race. It's going to be interesting. Are they going to try socks potentially, or are they going out for a potential safety car? It's a track that safety cars tend to not be too common on due to the wide runoffs you naturally have here. You mainly need a major collision to bring out a safety car. Now here as Astro pits, Foley pits, the Riggs will regain the lead of this race. Damien P2, Owen P3, but Damien with the 6 and Owen with the 3, that will hurt both of them. Sandrero looks like he's in a nice position for a P2 here. Daniel with another 3-second time penalty to his name. But 1.8 seconds, that is the lead on track for Riggs. It's essentially the gap back to Andrero, which is 4.1, so that's essentially the gap, and Andrero needs to build a Riggs to win this race. Andrero looking to drop Lifebelt here. He's Lifebelt got ahead of Soapbox, which was key for him. Brandox fading ahead of Pokerel also. Laps to go on the conclusion of this one. Cherno with another 3-second time, but same for Foley. It's not working out for them at all. Still a lot of laps to come, so a lot of penalties will probably come. It just depends who gets them and how much. But Damien needs a lot of penalties for his race here, and not to go his way, which has been his problem. Brandox needs to get ahead of Soapbox here quickly for his race. Owens dropped out the DRS of Damien. He could be susceptible to Andrero. Stay on board with Brandox. This is going to be a definite move here for P6. Pulls out of the slipstream of the Alfa Romeo into P6 for Brandox. Cherno's retired in the pits. Andrero can't make the move. Smalley balls Pokerel. There's contact. Volleyball somehow doesn't spin there. That could have been a game changer there if he did spin. Billow gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Very close to a spin there. And a crash for Smalley Balls and Pokerel. Andrell wants to get this P3 on track. Andrell at the moment looks to be the biggest threat for Riggs, but he's got 2 cars to clear before he has a chance to Daniel for another 3-second time penalty. Andrell needs to clear own very quickly here. You can just see the difference in tyres here. 3-lap old mediums compared to 6-lap old hards. He might even send one here soon as he's losing a lot of time to Damien. Life belt in the mix also, so he has to be worried about that. Behind Astro for another, I think that's another 3-second time penalty for him. Only a bit twitchy off the final corner. Should be an easy move for Andrell on the back straight. He could even have it before DRS, pulls out before DRS. I think almost in the back rim, but Lifebelt will also get that move. Lifebelt might try to take P3 here actually. Lifebelt does take that P3. So Lifebelt now. The biggest threat to Riggs again. As Owen loses after Brandox also had a poor first turn. That's cost him a lot. That 3-second penalty will send him back massively. Profitox on Pokerel. Daniels retired from the session. 3 out already. 10 laps to go. Profitox, he's going to send one on Pokerel. Thinks of it into turn 6, but just can't. Be very committed to get that move done. Now for Damien's racing, these guys are fighting mad. If he has any chance of getting a good result here. 10 laps to go. And as things stand, Damien will drop to P9. Actually no, Owen's penalty will mean P8, but still. That would not be nice. His life belt is gaining on Damien to make matters worse for him. These 3 are coming at him in rapid speed. Brandox wanting to get ahead of that Red Bull of Andrero. His life belt's about to enter the DRS of Damien. So they go from bad to worse for him. Brandox looking eager to get this P4, which is essentially for the podium as things stand. Left the session. There's almost contact between Brandox and Andrell. This could be a brilliant move here. Oh, I just didn't have the traction. On with another 3-second time penalty. That brings it to 6. But Brandox is desperate to get this P4 off Andrero. They're almost out of the DRS due to that battling. Just what Brandox needs just to make it an easy move on the Red Bull. Lifebelt has DRS on Damien, who has a flashing light. He is derated. It is an invitation. It's just saying pass me, pass me, pass me. And Lifebelt doesn't need a second invitation, I think here. He's going to go for it now. Lifebelt is in for a chance to win this race. Brandox sends one on Andrero. Is Andrero going to try and fight this? Tries to switch back here. He might get it here. No, Brandox just has the better traction there to take P4, which will be the podium stand. Lifebelt, though, he's back chasing Riggs. Riggs does not have this easy one now. Lifebelt is looking racing. 2 laps fresher on the tyres also could pay dividends. Damien dropping back massively into the clutches of Brandox, and Andrell needs to maintain. No, 1 second. Lifebelt almost in the 1 second of Riggs. Riggs burning the small bit of energy he still has left just to keep that second gap. It's going to be very tight here through this triple right-hander. Protection point comes just before the final corner. I think Riggs will survive this lap unless it's a massive corner here by Lifebout, as he will not have DRS. So Riggs survives another lap. Damien in the DRS of Lifebout may make him survive another lap. He's burning the small reservoir of energy he has just to keep this P3 on track. 6 extra time penalties will mean he will drop, though Smalley Balls ahead of Owen. Just big for Smalley Balls as Owen was holding up the pack there. As Pokeral and a Soapbox going for it now. Pokeral reaches up into P8 on the Alfa Romeo. Damien, though, he's gaining a bit of time here. Lifebelt, he's not finished yet. Owen brings himself up to 9 seconds of penalties. Something like a race to forget for Owen, unfortunately. He may hold on to a point. No, actually, because it depends on the penalties. Let's see the full penalties. Fully of 3 seconds. This brings it to 12. A lot of penalties, a lot of track limits infringements. It's not the massive shock here in Qatar. But Lifebout again, he's so 10th off the 1 second. And Damien is much closer this lap to him. So he may have to look in his mirrors this time round. Because Damien, despite having 6 extra penalties, will be racing Owen into the pits. Again for a second time. Damien out of ERS. Braddox could be free wide. For P2, Braddock's down the inside, free wide. This could go wrong. It's a very tight couple quarters you have here. There's still free wide. Contact between Lifebout and Damien. Lifebout loses out there. Braddock's looking to get this P2. He has the P2 on Damien. Will Damien try to send one back into turn 4? Doesn't now, but this turn 6 coming up, which is the last open taking spot on the lap. Owen retired while we were watching that. So we're down to 13. Damien, somehow there wasn't a massive incident between him and Lifebelt. Big collision there, almost a carbon copy of the Hulkenberg Ocon Perez incident, but a Williams instead of a Red Bull is possibly what saved the day, because it wasn't a full carbon copy. But Brandox now the P2 man. Riggs gaining half a second due to this battling. Damien up to 9 seconds. That is a lot. 9 seconds. That's just gonna throw him down the field completely. He might just keep points though. But he's not here for points. He's here for wins. He's here for podiums. He's gonna fight as if he has nothing to his name. Retakes that P2 off Brandox. Brandox is probably wondering, why are you doing this? You are letting Riggs get away. But Damien will fight this as if this is for the championship. 4 cars, nose to tail for P2. 4 attempts is what they need to gain to make it a battle for P1. But Damien, just when he's leading, just can't gain on Riggs. Riggs always pulls away when Damien's in that position. Damien just doesn't seem comfortable being the lead car, and it's been very evident today. For whatever reason, he seems rapid when he's behind, but as soon as he's the lead car in the pack, his pace just drops, which is what Riggs exactly wants. He's just had to do his own thing. He looked like he was going to be under pressure a couple laps ago, but due to the fighting between Damien, Brandox and Lifebelt, he's going to handle the lifeline and will maintain a healthy lead. 5 laps to go. Brandox probably will be regaining this position on Damien. Will Lifebelt try one? Brandox gets the move. Is Damien going to try? It's going to be free wide again here potentially. No, I think Lifebelt just wants to be free on Damien. He's not going to risk it again. He was close to ending his race last time they went free wide, so he's going to play the long game. Damien down to P4 and Dorero They want to move as Damien seems to be struggling there. For those couple corners after losing P2, P3. P2 and P3 actually, yes. Red Dog's gaining a bit on Riggs. He's another 3 attempts to be in the DRS, loses a bit for turn 6 to the traction. Like folks, staying with him as is Damon and Darrell. This has just been the issue the entire race. No matter how much you're gaining on Riggs, you're being passed the next lap and that advantage is gone. Riggs has just managed this perfectly to keep himself out of DRS threat, but keep himself imbued to just to force the push out of the others, just hurrying their race. And Riggs just do his own thing. Going on to lap 26 now. They got very wide through that final corner. DRS open on the Williams. Damien again burning the percentages he has. Lightbelt going up to P2. Damien sends one. It's very tight, very close to contact. He wants this P3. Despite the fact he will drop massively. Very close to contact with Braddock's. This might let Lightbelt pull away. Almost again in turn 3. They're going to go wheel to wheel into turn 4. Difficult place for the overtake. Braddock's is going to fight this. Gets forced off the track by Damien. He's not going to be happy about that. Is he going to send one into turn 6? He will send one into turn 6. Traction battle now. And I think Damien has this. And he does. Damien takes the P3. But Braddock's not going to be happy about being forced off the track. He's going to send one into turn 7. Very tight. And this is what Lifebound needs. Damien goes off the track completely there. Damien all over the place. And this is what Lifebound needs. This will give him, hopefully, a second gap. And now he can chase after Lifebound. But Red Dogs, he is heated. He is definitely heated after what Damien has done to him this lap. Three laps to go. Lifebound gaining on it. There's a spinner in the background. It's Pokerel who is spawned. That might take him out of the points. But just keep it. Braddock's now up into P3. He's got a second. He's now over a second behind Lifebound. Lifebound's almost in the DRS of Riggs. This could, the battle for the lead could come on the closing laps here. Half a temp he needs to gain this lap to have DRS, but Riggs is burning everything he has. He's now got to work his squeaky bum time for Riggs if he wants to win this Qatar Grand Prix. He's led. He's been the net leader for the entire race, but now Lifebound is in that magic 1 second, but he's just got out of it again. It's going to be very tight. There'll be 2 laps to go at the end of this one. It's flirting with it. Same with Brandux on Lifebound. But he's burning it all through these couple corners. Riggs is now derating. Just to maintain that 1 second gap, but looks like he's lost it unless he has a massive corner here. But it looks like, yes, as the detection point is going to come up right about now. Damien, 12 seconds of penalties for Damien. He might not score at this rate. But now there's DRS on P2. First time that has been said all race. So we go on to the penultimate lap here. So does Brandox. There's going to be a battle on the final lap for this win. But can Brandox join this battle for the lead of the race? 4 attempts is the gap. You have another 9 attempts behind the Brandox. They are all low on battery. It's going to be very tight here. Riggs, who looked comfortable this entire race, but mainly due to Brandox and Damien fighting, that's let Lifebound have a clean couple laps to get in that 1 second. And now Riggs is going to have to defend on this final lap. So you get a lap and a half to go here in Losail to decide this one. 4 attempts is the gap. About a second separate the top 3. Damon and Andrea are probably out, but Damon definitely is out of this due to penalties by Andrea. probably out of it due to being behind Damien. We're going to go on to the final lap. 2 tenths separate the top 2. 8 tenths separate the top 3. We're going to go for one more lap. Who will win this? Of course, you'll have that last run of DRS. As DRS open on the Williams. Pulls out from Riggs. Lifebelt takes the lead in Qatar on the final lap. He has one lap to manage. There will be one last chance for Riggs. Due to how far down the finish line is, there'll be one more chance for Riggs, and even Brandox, who's looking racy here. And Drero gets ahead of Damien just to cement that P4 on track. But yeah, Lifebelt needs to pull as much of a gap as he can on Riggs. Brandox looking very racy here. He needs to get ahead of Riggs realistically to have a chance at Lifebelt, but there's no position to do it cleanly here. If he goes for a move, he'll lose time to Riggs. Half a lap to go for Lifebelt, who has not led at all this race. I think he actually led temporarily during the pit stop phase, but he has not led at all. He's been P2 most of the race. He's been the bridesmaid most of the race. He's decided he wants to be the bride. He's almost pulled a second gap on Riggs. As they come now through the triple right-handers one last time. 8 tenths is the gap. This looks like Lifebelt will have it. Unless he has a massive error for the final 2 corners. Brandox may try this P2. Riggs may lose P1 and P2 on the final lap as he goes through the final corner. Brandox and Riggs will battle for P2 here. There's no DRS on Riggs, but Lifebelt will take the win in Qatar. It's going to be a drag race for P2, but Brandox takes it. Riggs gets caught on the line by Andrero. He got caught on the line. No way. Riggs loses. Riggs, who led at the start of the final lap, loses the podium. Provatox P5, Smalley Balls P6, 7th for Soapbox, Pillow 8. Damien's 12 second penalties means he drops to 9th and Pokerau completes the points. But what an ending here in Qatar. Riggs led the entire race. He doesn't even get a podium. Riggs lost fuel. Riggs lost fuel in the final lap, and that cost him a podium. But what an ending. But there we go, Lifebelt, who was looking set for second the entire race, will take home the winner's trophy for the last lap move. Beat Brandox, who takes P2, and Drero P3. Riggs losing out massively on the final lap. Loses 13 points in the final lap. Provatox P5, Smalley Balls 6, Soapbox 7, Billow 8th, Damien 9th, and Pokerau finishes off the points in 10th, Aiden 11th, Foley 12th, and Astro 13th. We lost Owen, Daniel, Cherno, and McGill during that race, unfortunately. And next week we will be in Hungary. So another tight and tricky track. Seems to be a team for the early stages. But that's been from me tonight. Hopefully next week I will be joined by my co-commentator. But until then, see you next week.